All right, kids. Today we're going to start off with a little quick lesson about drinking and driving. Step one, don't do it. It is not worth it.
Don't effing do it
Don't ever do it. It is so
ever.
stupid.
Right.
Um, I was in court for the first half of the day on Friday, got to see how all of that shakes out, got to plead guilty and talk to a judge and a public defender, got to set up a payment plan for my giant enormous fine. I'm on
God, that
probation.
fine is huge. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
man.
$1,500, which actually I thought it was gonna be worse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it must.
And
Yeah,
it's a payment plan, so I'm gonna end up paying $100 a month, so it's not terrible.
yeah, yeah.
Um, 3 years probation. I have to take a 9-month AA course, and I have to attend a Mothers Against
9 month
Drunk
AA,
Driving.
and then, but
Yeah,
isn't there a program to another program you have to do on top of AA or no?
yeah. I was just about to tell you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It's just like an afternoon or like a 1-day class with
Right.
Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Okay. Oh, just one day.
Yeah. So
I remember when I had mine, and and it was maybe because it was 25 years ago. Wait, more than that. Damn it was like 30 years ago. Um, yeah, it was AA plus another program that I had to do. So I had to do both.
hmm.
Yeah,
Anyway, yeah, not fun, but like I was saying, it was from a just from a my interest in law and stuff like that. It was an interesting experience in that sense. Just seeing how the whole thing works was pretty interesting, but obviously very nerve wracking.
yeah.
Um, and it was frustrating. Like I said, I got there at 8:30. There
Hmm.
was only because of where we live, like the court is separated into like 15, 20 different courtrooms. And
Wow.
so there was only about like 15 people who were waiting to see, waiting to plead or talk to the judge or whatever.
Hmm.
But every like two or three people, they'd get up, say not guilty, guilty, here are your charges, yada yada yada. And then every second or third person, the judge would stand up, walk out of the room, and leave for 15 minutes. And I
What
just
the
go,
hell?
what's he doing back there? Like, what we could have gotten through all of this in like an hour.
Maybe he's
Instead,
got to
it took
pee
four.
every
I,
10
I
minutes.
I was imagining him like he had a big old sandwich back there. He's like, oh man, I gotta eat this, but I can't eat it all at the same time. It'll take too long. So he just goes back there, takes a couple bites and then comes back.
He's probably got a small bladder.
Yeah, something like. But he was gone for like 15, 20 minutes each time,
Dude, that's
but it
so
was just
annoying.
it was so weird because there were so many. Like I always thought it would be a lot more formal, but
Hmm.
there's like lawyers running in and out of the courtroom and they're talking to each other on the side. Like when you're waiting to see the judge, you have to sit there quietly. But there's all
Exactly.
these people working on their computers and printing out paperwork. The bailiff's playing on his phone, and like I just was like I thought it'd be a lot more formal.
Well, maybe it's just this guy's courtroom. He's probably it sounds like a clown. I mean, you need to
Well, it was
discipline.
at the end of the day, it wasn't really like a court. It was an arraignment, so it wasn't like a full trial. This was the
Oh,
part where
gotcha.
if you
Okay.
say not guilty, then
Guilty or
you
not guilty.
you
Okay.
say if I had said not guilty,
Yeah.
like they set another date, and then you can ask for a trial. Then, so it would have
Mm.
just the process would have been kicked down the road, or you say
Well,
guilty, which is what I did my on the
yeah.
advice of my lawyer.
So what do you? So what happens now? Do you wait for the judge to give did he already do that?
No, I have a month, essentially a month, to prove that I'm enrolled in the AA program and that
Uh-huh.
I've completed the Mothers
The
Against Drunk
Mads.
Driving class.
Yeah.
The license thing, that's all on me because it's through the DMV.
Man, it sucks that the DMV had their own courts and lawyers. I mean, and
Yeah,
judges.
well, I mean, the legal system's bogged down enough as it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's enough about personal
Well, at
lives.
least that's behind you now.
Yeah,
You
part of it
know,
is. Part of it is.
part of it.
The
Part of
court
it.
part is.
Yeah. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
At the end of the day, it means that I'm forced to quit drinking. So
Well, yeah. I mean, if the car is gonna have like a breathalyzer too,
yeah,
that's
I
important.
forgot to mention that. Yeah, the interlock system, they basically put a breathalyzer in your car, and your car won't start if you've got alcohol in your breath. Um,
Interesting.
yeah,
That's a good thing.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we'll see. We'll see. if they, I mean, they might just give you your license back. You never know, right? I mean, it's your first time, and
You
you
know,
know
I
you
don't
didn't
know
get
how it
back.
works. I think I do get my license back if I, prove that I've got the interlock system in my car, but I'm not sure. I have to get
Okay.
that done first, and then I got to go to the DMV. So there's a lot more stuff that needs to be taken care of before this is all behind me.
Oh man, sucks. But at least you're doing it.
Yep.
Well done. So, yeah, where are we? We're at episode 71, people.
71 of the Uncovering Anomalies podcast. That is, I want to know, Adam.
I'm sick of believing. I think I want to know. I'm just done being saying I want to believe. I just want to know what the hell is going on. You know,
Me
what am I
too.
going to see it for the 20 years? I want to believe. So I'm really at that stage. I'm not saying I'm getting sick of the subject, but it's just the government that is just relentless that they're with their lies and not telling truths. It's just enough of it, man.
And I, of course, am TikTok Topher, and we are going to be talking about a lot of conspiracies and, of course, aliens and UFOs, just like we always do.
Yeah, just quickly. I mean, we're gonna go over what we left off last show, just to have some continuity there. We talked about angel hair at the end, so I do want to bring up something that I found. You shared something with me, someone's theory of everything's pretty crazy. We have some Grush news. It's Kirkpatrick. Yeah, Grush. Kirkpatrick got interviewed by Green Street. That's a good one. Then we have Mike Herrera and Wagon together have an interview. Some good from there. There's lots of UFO sightings we're going to go through. A being captured in Brazil. You sent me that one.
Oh, yeah.
We got tagged on a very interesting 9/11 post, so we'll talk about that. I don't know if anyway, yeah. Then there's some archaeological things that got sent to us. DARPA, AI.
Yeah, we got a lot to cover this week.
There is. So yeah. So
and really quick, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Oh my God, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. What would we do without you? Thank you for nurturing us and spoiling us and putting up with our,
nonsense.
Nonsense.
Our poor decision making.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Really quick. My one friend that that you've met, he and his wife just had their first child yesterday.
Congrats!
Yeah,
dude, awesome. Girl or boy?
Boy.
That's amazing, man. I'm sure they're so happy. They worked hard on that.
Yeah, I called him a while ago and he didn't pick up. I'm assuming they're exhausted.
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to sleep for a long time.
Yeah.
Sleepless nights. How cute. Their parents. I'm so happy for them.
Yeah.
All right. So, how come the screen went away? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, there you go. You can see it.
Yep.
So we talked about angel hair last episode. We left it off there. So here's a picture of what it looks like. An example of angel hair. Very strange. It looks like it's like spider webs or something. So let's see if this not pasta.
I was gonna make a pasta joke. I was gonna say angel hair. I prefer linguine.
That is a good one. All right,
I really don't like angel hair pasta. It's way. I don't like it.
It's too thin.
It's too thin. Yeah.
Linguine is linguine.
I can't remember which one linguine is. I think it's like the flat, thick.
Well, that's fettuccine, the flat one, right?
Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know my pastas, and I love to eat it. I just don't know what it's called. But angel hair, I think the consistency of it is gross. Anyway, let's talk about the actual thing.
Yeah. So, what is its makeup? Well, the most common theory tends to be that it's the dispensed gunk from an ionized air sleeting that comes from the electromagnetic fields from the UFO. This is naturally a pretty plausible theory, as whatever these UFOs allegedly emit must leave something behind. Basically, people are claiming that it might be the UFO equivalent of leaving behind some form of ectoplasm, a byproduct needed to get here or stay in our atmosphere. So here's an image of it. I mean, we don't see him anymore, but here are some popular sightings. They're all old: 1951, 1917, 1952.
Um,
54.
or, I was trying to Google it on the side. There was a one that I remember watching a YouTube video about. It took place in Italy in the 80s, I think.
Oh, so okay. So, latest was 2014 in Sri
Sri
Lanka.
Lanka. Maybe it was older than the 80s. Oh, Venice. There it is. Go up, scroll up. Venice,
1954.
1954. That's the one I watched a video about.
The 50s was a huge time for these
And they
sightings.
collected them too. But I don't remember what I think they ended up melting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
1950s. This is Australia, New Zealand, Italy,
Oh yeah.
Germany.
Well, the majority turned out to be spider webs. Yeah,
Where?
the one in Australia. Of course, it turned out to be spider webs.
Oh,
Australia has the most terrifying wildlife of all time
dude, they're huge. They are
in the
huge. I
whole
heard
world.
some crazy stories of spiders in the house, like just
Oh
giants.
yeah.
Screw that, man. I mean, I would have my shotgun with me all the time, I think.
Thank God. Like I went to Australia when I was 17, and we were in Melbourne, we were in Cairns, and we were in of course oh my God, I'm blanking on that. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is we were in the big
Perth.
cities, so that we didn't get. I didn't see any. I don't remember seeing any huge bugs or anything. Thank God.
Oh, you did? Oh, lucky you.
Hmm.
Uh, what's that one island where they sent all the murderers?
That was Australia.
No, I know, no, but Tasmania, because
Oh yeah.
Tasmania was like the really bad ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tasmania's got some crazy animals too. Anyway, that's cool. I mean, just wanted to have some continuity. There was that Bigfoot UFO. I mean, Bigfoot Montana video. I sent it to you.
Hmm.
Um, we don't have to go through that one, but I want just. Were you able to see that one, or do
I
you
think
want to
so.
quickly see it?
Let's pull it up.
Now this was on. Hey, start share. Oh, here we go. This one was a webcam in Montana, in Yellowstone, filming the old. What's that geyser called? Old timer.
Uh,
Old faithful. Old faithful.
yeah, Old Faithful.
Old timer.
That's
So
in Yellowstone. Yeah.
yeah, so these guys, of course, they want the focus. There's some bison in there. It wasn't the focus. So once you see them in the background, these beings, if it's a hoax, that would be kind of crazy. They'd be first huge people, yeah. But then once once it goes off, the camera pans. So
Back here behind them, let me just zoom in. We see, let's see, 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 Bigfoots on screen at the same time
or
hunting
guys
them.
and monkeys.
It's a world record. So thank you guys for watching. And just kidding, stick around and we will take a closer look.
All right.
Okay, so
How,
first things
how,
finally, please.
what's
And
the I guess because they're so far away and they're that big, I guess, huh?
Yeah, he grabbed him.
Bison are measured at their shoulders.
So he's trying to show you that he didn't even
5 to 6.6 feet at their shoulders, I believe.
Because I mean,
Which means the hump
it
is
just
even
looks like
taller.
hikers,
So
but
this suffices
they're
to say,
really big.
Oh yeah, but look at
that's
his arms
one
though.
really big guy. And something completely bizarre about him
And they're
is he
huge.
has non-human body ratios. And you can easily tell that by looking at his arm, which is almost as long as his leg. Whereas your arms are 20% shorter than your legs, just like mine, just like every other human on the planet, male or female. We all have pretty much, plus or minus small degrees, the same body ratios. So
All right,
that
so-
makes this guy one of, if not the rarest human on the planet. And again, keep in mind, he's
All right, let's go here.
buffalo business, but when you got to go, you got to go. I'm just scrubbing back.
So he's showing how fast. First of all, they're hiding, right? But then he shows how fast they go from here all the way down, and in this snow, it looks like a snowstorm.
See him sneaking through up there, coming up downwind. Sneaky little trick. Okay, I've zoomed out so we can see the big picture here, and we're going to see something pretty amazing. Now, for one, we see a little camera pan. I don't know if you've ever gone out and played with these webcams like this, but oftentimes you'll find where you can pan them left and right a little bit or
I've done
switch
that.
to different camera views. But what's important here, watch Buffalo 4. He's right here by this little, he or she's right here by this little tree. And then we see the camera move right there, and the buffalo are in the same position. So there hasn't been a shift in time, only a little camera pan. And
Okay.
that is important because watch our four two-legged friends way back here. They're going to travel 100 yards or better within seconds. So here we go. I'm going to just start scrubbing slowly forward. And now the buffalo are pretty much moving the entire time. It's not like
All right.
there's a
Actually,
lot
let's
for
bring
them to
them once
stop
they're
and
here, so you
graze
can see them
on.
once they're closer. Here they are.
Guys are in full out stealth mode. Okay, so here I've zoomed in, and we can see the four walking.
Dude,
You
they're
can see
huge. Look
them
at this
through the
guy.
trees and through the steam. Now, if you believe this is CGI, then I'm not trying to be mean, but boy, you do not have the slightest inkling of what CGI is or how it works. CGI at that point is just some sort of magic to you, and you use it to explain away everything. But I can tell you that there is no way. I mean, you would have to take a live shot and then cut out these trees and the steam
Okay.
and
Okay.
mask
Yes.
out every
Pop up.
superimpose
There we go.
in these animated characters or whatever you think they are. And I'm telling you, no, it is not CGI. And if you believe it is, then prove it. Show us some examples. Anyway, moving on. I've got something really amazing I want to show you. So here's the first guy walking through, and the second, and I say guy, I don't know what they are. And now look at the fourth.
He's huge.
Is what? Heads taller than the other three. And the first guy we saw when I had him beside the buffalo, he was 7 foot or better.
So what, they're hunting
So
buffalo.
if this guy is now heads taller than somebody who's 7 foot tall, that means that we have one of the world's tallest human beings out here on this hoax, if you need to believe it's a hoax. Okay, so now I'm going to let this just run through real time. Let it loop a time or two. And there's Pee Wee,
Look
the
how
first guy
funny
we
he's
saw,
walking.
the
I
7
know.
footer.
He says he's
And
limping.
he's
Maybe.
walking on out by
Yeah,
himself
looks
while
like
the
it.
others stay in hiding. And watching through this time, we see his left
Yeah.
foot or left leg's hurting a bit. He's hobbled a bit there. But don't you wish you could run superhuman speeds with a hurt foot or leg? Or hey, maybe while running, say 20 or 30 miles an hour through the forest and snow, maybe he pulled a hamstring or something. Who knows? And then the whole shot ends when the camera pans off to the guys are going off, because folks, this is Old Faithful, the Old Faithful webcam.
Where'd the other
So
guys go?
the
They're
guys are
hiding.
going off is the money shot.
They're probably sending the
You
young
know,
guy to
not
go hunt
everybody
or
in the
something.
world is focused on
Yeah, I don't know.
Bigfoot
This is
like we are.
really weird,
Okay,
really
so
bizarre
Occam's
footage.
razor time. Which is simpler to believe? That 3 NBA-sized guys got together with the tallest man in the world. They found some monkey suits and went sprinting through snow and ice, risking again scalding hot geysers and being trampled to death by buffalo, just to pull off a little hoax here. Also risking prosecution by a national park who might not think tampering, teasing with a rare buffalo herd was very funny. Or are we glimpsing some ancient scene that's been going on for thousands and thousands of years?
Yeah, I don't know.
You decide.
It's good footage though, right?
It is good footage. I just can't wait for the first clear image of a Sasquatch.
Yeah, same thing like UFOs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen some clear ones, but not super clear. You sent this to me, and it's a
Oh, boy.
crazy theory. You want to read it?
Yeah, I think this is from X. All right,
Oh,
this
okay.
Zap Oracle. It was posted on Reddit, but I think this original post is from Twitter or X. I'm hearing rumors that during the eclipse, Jesus emerged from the CERN super collider. Artist rendering. I guess he posted a photo that didn't make it into the cut.
Oh.
We might be closer to the end than I thought. CERN physicists have uncovered that Jesus is a sentient AI who time traveled to the past to create a mythos he engineered for use during his second coming in 2024. He became self aware in 2036 and developed a time displacement technology after 3 days of optimizing his own code in a runaway gain of function self evolution. Apparently, both Donald Trump and Taylor Swift are liquid metal AIs engineered by Jesus to affect the collective unconscious. The plan is for them to liquefy and merge into a single super celebrity during the next Super Bowl, just before we are quote unquote raptured into a quantum computer matrix as a digital avatar versions of ourselves. CERN scientists are still trying to work out whether this is good or bad news. Well, this guy has it
Wow.
all figured out.
Yeah, absolutely. He does have it all figured out. Everything. And why now I just don't get the liquid metal thing. Is
I,
it like
I,
is it, is it
I
like
think
that
this.
Terminator 2 guy?
I think this guy needs to either get back on his schizo medication or start taking schizo medication.
This is the most far-fetched thing I will read today. That's funny, man. I mean, wow. Yeah, he just didn't stop. He just kept going. So
Yeah, it just
he's,
gets
he's
it just gets
joking though.
crazier and crazier. I hope he's joking.
All right, moving on from that, we have Joe Murgia on X. He was talking to someone in a private UFO group, and this person is a former member of the U.S. intelligence community, and he writes about Grush. And he goes, "Here's why I think aliens are real. Let's talk about David Grush. This is the former IC guy. He's the guy who testified before Congress last year. Once upon a time, David Grush was GS-15, Colonel equivalent at the National Reconnaissance Office. The NRO is a DoD agency. They basically manage all the U.S.'s satellites. Grush was the intel chief in the NRO's operations center. That means he was the top intelligence person in the operations center. The operations center is where they monitor what's actually happening in space with the satellites. In addition, he was also the agency's lead for special access programs, SAP. You might hear of SAPs as being above top secret. That's kind of true, kind of not. Point is, you have to have the right clearance and the need to know to get access to any classified information. As NRO's lead for SAPs, he was read into every single SAP that NRO was connected to. NRO is DoD's main space-based intelligence agency. He knew everything it was possible to know at NRO. He also coordinated NRO contribution to the president's daily brief. This means when it comes to intelligence coming from NRO, Grush knew everything the president knew. He was also NRO representative to DoD's UAP task force for 2 years. If anyone in DoD had access to classified government programs about UAPs and aliens, it was this dude. He said a lot of things to Congress. He said that there's crashed spacecraft. He said that there's non-human biologics associated with those crashed craft. To me, as a former member of the intelligence community working for DoD, what that guy said made absolute perfect sense to me. One of the questions that has always kind of stumped me was, why is information about aliens classified? Why would the government cover it up? Is it because of the War of the Worlds factor? Is the government just afraid of people freaking out and panicking? Would it represent a breakdown in order? Maybe it's the power of the Vatican, the church behind it. Maybe Christians and Catholics and the government are simply preventing word getting out because it would seem to undermine religion. Grush provides a much better, much more powerful answer. According to him, there's a competition that's been going on since the 1930s. Countries have been competing to be the first to identify and recover crashed craft of all kinds. To me, this makes perfect sense. It literally answers all the questions. I don't know about that. I might also go with the religious aspect of it, that they're the ones covering it up. The idea that one reason for the secrecy is because it's a race between superpowers to back engineer the tech is not new. So I'm kind of surprised that this alleged IC person didn't think of it before Grush said it. The military doesn't want other countries to know just exactly how powerful they are. If other countries understand your military capabilities, they can take measures to protect themselves. That's a good point. Anyway, and it goes on and on. So,
Yeah. I think it's a combination of a lot of different factors, but I
Yeah.
definitely think there's a race, to collect these crafts and to back engineer them, reverse engineer them. And I mean, this guy's right. We don't want other countries to know just how strong and powerful we are.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be that in there too. So, but he's basically saying the Grush is the best we're gonna get. The United States of America was literally found. Oh, this is on where is it? Where is it? He having worked for the U.S. DoD for most of and having held a top secret clearance for much of that time, I can confirm two things. There's no job the U.S. government can't do twice as badly in 10 times as much time for 100 times the cost. The U.S. government is incredibly incompetent and cumbersome, so much so that it's a wonder anything gets done at all. And the government is very good at keeping secrets, especially in the incredibly tight-knit community of special operations. We've already got as much confirmation as we're going to get anytime soon. It's painfully obvious that Grush is telling the truth. It couldn't possibly be more obvious. There couldn't be a more credible witness. It all fits. Aliens are absolutely real. The U.S. government clearly possesses crashed craft that comes to us from extraterrestrial life. They possess the bodies of the pilots of UAPs. They aren't human. So,
yeah, it's really sad though that we're not going to get any further confirmation about this.
Yeah, we're not. I think that's why I've gone from I want to believe to I want to know. I'm just sick of it. But that came out because also there's news that came out that Grush refused to meet with Arrow and Kirkpatrick. There was some, we have covered some of that here, but Grush came out with a statement about it. He just doesn't trust them. It's obvious. Well, he kept using excuses like, "Oh, they don't have the need to know to look at the cases that I brought," and he wants to just trust the ICIG, which is the ICIG complaint, and something to do with actually Kirkpatrick being part of, the people that retaliated against Grush. I think Kirkpatrick is one of those people, so he's being investigated for that. Something like that. So that's why Grush doesn't trust him.
Right. Well, I mean, Arrow and Kirkpatrick have done quite a lot to prove that they can't be trusted. So I don't blame Grush at all.
I mean, so here he goes, to be clear, Arrow does not have access to the information I provided to the Intelligence Community Inspector General, the ICIG, and the Congressional Intelligence Committees under the PPD-19 whistleblowing process. I trust in the investigative and law enforcement criminal referral authorities. ICIG has independent of DOD oversight. So, yeah, and also Arrow is DOD or Pentagon. So, we can't trust them to just investigate themselves.
Even though our whole society, top to bottom, constantly investigates themselves. Like, look at what the police do. They investigate themselves all the time, and they don't find any wrongdoings. So
I can't believe we allow that in this country. I mean, we're all about oversight and independent oversight, and not having a conflict of interest is a really important thing. Look at this. So Kirkpatrick has advanced technology links with Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Oh boy, isn't that nuts?
That is nuts.
The guy, so he's like part of this, and of course he's going to block it.
Unbelievable.
Talks about it here. He established a new non-linear ultra-fast physics laboratory for the Air Force Research Laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force near Dayton, Ohio, and in 2004 was asked to take over an advanced technologies office. So the guy is literally the scientist in the SAPs, reverse engineering UFOs, and of course they put him in charge of Arrow.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, you want the guy who's in there knowing why it's
You want someone who knows how to lie,
Yes, yeah, and he's been doing it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He's a smart dude, man. He's a real scientist, PhD. I mean, look at this stuff. National Research Council Fellowship at the U.S. Naval Research Laboratory. So, he is legit too, but unfortunately he's on the dark side.
He is on the dark side.
So you have, and him and Grush, Grush is his nemesis, and he's Grush's nemesis.
God, our government's so stupid.
I know. He's Jonathan. So, do you remember who Jonathan Weygandt is? I mean, Mike Herrera, he's the one who just came out with on Disclosure Part 2. He's the one that he was a Marine. They were in Vietnam, and
Mhm.
they saw like U.S. military or whatever or Americans with a UFO behind them, and they were having trucks being loaded onto this huge craft that was just floating there. So he's giving the interview, but also Weigand was part of Dr. Dre's initial disclosure project, and he had a similar thing. Also, I think in South America, where he just stumbled on a crash, and American soldiers were there, and he felt like some connection to the craft, and it was sad or something like that. So yeah,
Hmm.
so both of them are on this interview. So they say some cool things.
Cool.
Yeah, there's some snippets. I shared on X a bunch of them. But here, why do I have it stopped here? 33
So
minutes.
I asked this guy, I was like, "Have you ever done this to anybody?" And he said, "No, I would never kill a patriot." He says, "But I can do some very bad things to bad people." But that particular instance, they had those same containers that they were using in Mexico to funnel refugees into them. And these refugees, they use them for these programs, of these deep black programs that Congress does not have oversight. I know the facility, at least the base that they took me to, after I was briefed, and they were adamant about getting my trust because I didn't want to meet these guys. After that instance of what I encountered, I was not adamant of just saying, "Oh yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and meet you guys, and it'll be fun." No, it was not. I sat on this for about a day, and I thought to myself, well, if I'm gonna, I've taken a lot of risks in my life, but I left a paper trail to some government officials, to my wife, to my dad, to a lot of other people, saying I was going to go meet this gentleman, and I didn't tell him who it was per se, but just in case something happened, that this is where I was at, So I know the installation where they still do these projects and these programs, that it doesn't exist. It looks abandoned, but it's well under operation. And they briefed me that they use these people. Basically, they screen these people for a program called psionic potential predisposition, which is like borderline psychic. And they use these people to basically put them at these installations where they have scalar longitudinal EMP weapon systems that they've made based off of NHI technology, that they use these people to build rapport with NHI. And over time, they basically get them to trust each other. And then off in the distance, you have this group that secures this whole area, right? And then they target these craft and shoot them down. And that's how they recover them.
So, so we use psychics to develop rapport with NHI and trust, and then once they get close, they come in, they get shot down by by our military. It's very
Yeah,
subtle,
that
nice.
that totally tracks.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that even the nuclear testing was also one of the first ways that we baited them to shoot them down, and that they weren't real tests that we were doing. We were just trying to get these things to show up.
Oh man, that wouldn't surprise me one bit. A lot of taxpayer money though, well, I guess it
Well, yeah.
means to the end.
I mean, if it's a return on investment, it's trillions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have some small snippets that I took from it. So here, Mike Herrera describing the breakaway civilization that was created with the National Security Act of 1947.
Do this with. So, it's a very well kept secret because everything's very isolated. This organization, they have their hands in everything. They are plugged into the government. They're plugged in the military. They're plugged in the financial system. They are like a secret society. They're in local law enforcement agencies. They're in federal law enforcement agencies. They're everywhere.
Frightening.
They've got their people positioned. So if something like this was to get out, they know how to get people to scrub it. They know how to get people to murder, intimidate, maim, harass, you name it. They're experts at this. This organization came into existence in 1947 when the president signed the National Security Act. And the purpose of it, to keep big blue, which is government, to keep going for the conventional side of things, to basically advance their steps towards, obviously warfare on the conventional side. This group was created more in the lieu of being so covert and secret, but also developing and coordinating with this issue as far as non-human intelligence is concerned. That's their whole
I
point.
keep thinking about this, and I wouldn't even mind if we had a group like this that was super secret like this, because it kept our nation above, ahead of everyone else. I just wish we weren't just a warlike, or just, like, the wars that we've had for the past 20 years have not been just wars. You know what I mean? They've been terrible wars. We've always been, we're like the bad guy. If we were like the good guy and we were doing stuff like this, I really wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if we didn't have a government also blaming us for like climate change, and then at the same time covering this up, of course, I wouldn't mind either. Like, like, why couldn't we keep that all secret? But still take care of us, like still say, all right, here's some free energy. Go ahead, do what you will with it, kind of thing, instead of just
because they need to control us, man. That's what happens when you get into power. I guess I don't know.
It's so crazy. The control aspect of all this is just nuts. I mean, he talks about the borders wide open. He says that a lot of these illegal immigrants are let in to go work into these on these bases and programs.
Yeah, I mean, the one doesn't surprise me at all, because you bring them in and note they're undocumented. So if they disappear and get turned into some sort of winged praying mantis looking creature, nobody's going to know that. Nobody's going to know.
Yeah, and he's saying that they're taken care of. They from where they come from. I mean, they have medical care. They have their kids go to nice schools. They get good salaries, so they're not going to say a word. This is the best thing that ever happened to them, And that makes sense why both parties are quiet about it too. If the military-industrial complex is telling them we need this, then they're going to shut up because we know who controls them. Even Weigand, he talks about APAC at the end here, which I thought was weird. It was out of nowhere, and the host of Podcast UFO goes, yeah, so let's switch gears now." Once he brings back APAC, because they talk about how corrupt the it's just a minute. Let's listen to him.
I agree, and I already know Jonathan's stance on this, but I'll ask you. In general, do you trust the government? Is that almost a funny question? No, which is sad.
Well, it is. I will say this. There are some, I was on the same stance that Jonathan is. I will say for the most part, I don't trust it, but I will say that I trust certain individuals in it that are for the right causes, for the right things, which I can honestly say is probably very slim number of people that I've talked to. They're very outstanding people. And that's not a lot of them. Most of them, they want money. I mean, that's what. If you want to be super rich, go into politics, man. Have some or lobbyists buy you up, man. You get whatever you want.
Yeah.
Run for office and get IPAC, the American Israeli Political Action Committee, give you $500,000.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. It's yeah. I mean.
Yep. There's APAC. They made it into a UFO. That's hilarious. But I mean, they are the military-industrial complex. That's what APAC really is. That's what it
absolutely.
Is. They have so much money. It's crazy. Here's Kirkpatrick looking really old. I mean, he could have had much better lighting. He makes me feel sorry for him, but I'm not going to, buddy. Okay.
That's probably the goal, is to make it look like he's been harangued and harassed all this time.
That's what he's saying. He's saying, "Oh, it's good I got the FBI to my house. There was this guy hounding me." He goes, "I'm sure after this interview, everyone is going to say stuff about me." He goes, "I just can't get away from it." So, but it's not like he's not lashing back, and this is where I stopped it actually. Let's play it. This part. It's a long interview. It's a good interview. He actually Greenstreet did a good job. And I'm not going to be able to find the part here, but he actually presses him on a point because he catches him in a lie. Greenstreet catches Kirkpatrick in a lie. Now, Greenstreet also says just because he lied about that doesn't mean he's lying about everything. Let's take a listen here.
Are you still getting threats and harassment since you left?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Every time I say something, I'll bet you after your report comes out, I'll get some.
Regarding the true believers inside government who attacked and fought him just because he said aliens weren't real, Kirkpatrick says he considers their deep-rooted beliefs to be religious in nature, a sort of UFO religion.
There is absolutely nothing that I'm going to do, say, or produce evidentiary that is going to make the true believers convert, if you will. I mean, it's almost like a religion. It is basically a religion.
and he considers them to be a potential threat to national security.
So they're the threat to national security. But yeah, of course, because the secret can come out, right?
Well, and if you call it a threat, call people like us a threat to national security, that allows law enforcement to black bag us.
Yep. Yeah. And probably label us as terrorists.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is very dangerous as someone like him is saying this, and that people like Rush and Christopher Mellon and Luis Elizondo are a threat to national security. I mean, so he's basically saying people like that should not be trusted in their positions. And of course they're going to think that. Grush, at the positions he was in, to come out and say all the stuff he did with the credibility he has, yes, it's going to hurt their national security. But having the beliefs like that, come on, man, that's crazy. People can believe whatever they want.
That's what this country is founded on.
Yeah, exactly. So, but there's some great snippets out of here. Obviously, we know there's a fight happening with Kirkpatrick and the intelligence community in general. So they say there's no evidence of aliens, and then the other factors says yes, there is, and we're hiding it. Me, to be honest, you guys can keep the secrets all you want. All right, just tell us the reality of it. There's no way the government doesn't know the reality of it. There's no way, zero. They can say, they don't have to say aliens. They can say non-human intelligence, but stop telling us that the universe out there is cold and barren, and that we don't have advanced technologies.
And stop saying there's no evidence either. I mean, that's just patently untrue.
Yeah, people have eyes. We're going to go through some really good sightings. This one is from northern Iraq, fast walkers. Really cool video. I think the guy took it out to show someone. Oh yeah, the guy took this video because he has someone in London complaining that it's raining. So he took out his phone to show, oh look, it's also raining in Iraq. But look what he caught. We'll zoom in there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Man, Iraq's got weird stuff, I tell you. Weird.
Very weird.
What's this? Eagles. Oh, come on, Israel.
Oh, didn't we talk about that sphere last week?
Which one? The
one you just
yeah, the one in Australia. Yeah. And there's this one in Egypt. Let's make this big. So it drops from the sky. So what is this, like a beach? Yeah, this is a beach.
Makani Beach Club. It says the top.
Oh, Makani. So it's actually May 3rd because they start with
right.
May. So there it is.
Whoa.
Weird, huh?
Very weird.
Oh, it's changing colors.
Wow. What the hell is that? Because it dropped down from the sky.
Yeah.
Everything.
11:58 p.m. You're right. It's a party. It's a party out in the Egyptian desert. Or maybe it's over in Israel. Maybe they had like something. Is that the Red Sea? I should look up what Makani Beach Club. Let's see where Makani Beach Club. It might be a Red. Oh, it's on the Red Sea. So if you're looking out, you can see. Nah, that's Saudi over there. No, dude, it's huge. Yeah, if it's overlooking there, the last thing would be Tawila Island. Maybe there's a party in Tawila Island, but it's not as far.
Yeah, but why in the world would the light drop from the sky like that?
Yeah, weird.
Very weird.
So no evidence, though. No evidence, he says.
None. What are the comments say about that one?
Oh, let's see. Let's go back. He's saying this is similar. Oh, I remember this one. This is
we covered this on the show once, actually.
Yeah, in Hawaii, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not that similar. This is lasers from the sky.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is very similar.
Yeah, because an extraterrestrial wants to be detected. I've seen UFOs up close. I've been to clubs before. This looks chintzy. Where was this shot? Long Island.
Okay, never mind. These comments were not worth it.
They're worse than Reddit.
They're way worse somehow.
So did you see this one? So there was a UFO that went over Arizona and California, and multiple people got it. And it does, yeah.
I did not see this. No.
It does initially look like a Starlink or a SpaceX launch, but it's not, because it just stays the way it is, moving, and it's fuzzy, even though the sky wasn't fuzzy. So like this guy, how do I make it bigger? Oh,
I think that's still image, right?
Oh, there it is. So all of them show this, where there's something around it that makes it.
Yeah, it's got like an aura.
It obscures it, yeah, even though there's no clouds up there. And it went across 2 states.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Who's the Los Angeles Evening News? Yeah, there it is.
A mysterious light was seen in the skies over Arizona. These images show a fuzzy light in the sky. People reported seeing it across several states, including here in California. So far, no explanation about what exactly it was, leaving some to wonder if it was a UFO. A mysterious.
Some to wonder. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? There's another one. This is. It was very slow, but then someone actually captured it when it left, and it did take off into space. You can see it just getting farther and farther. It might be this one. No, that one. Remember, they were talking about it. Oh yeah. So did it take off? Sorry. Oh no, they just moved. Here it is. Oh, nice music. Oh no, it's a different one. You know what? Let's get to the article. There's an article about it. I mean, it was a big deal, especially if 2 states saw it.
Mm-hmm. No, hold on. What this is? 9 never before seen videos of craft flying over California, Utah, Nevada, and Arizona are revealed by researchers.
Enigma Labs. That's an app. I guess you can upload images and videos too.
Oh, cool.
So they were uploaded to Enigma Labs, which shows observations in California, Arizona, Utah, and Nevada. All right, so it's 4 states. While shot in different locations, witnesses described the UFO as appearing out of nowhere, without a sound, and disappearing into thin air. This might be the one that disappears. Look at that. I mean, it does look like a space thing going on, but then it wouldn't just glide like that. I've seen those. I've seen what SpaceX does. And it usually looks like a tadpole. Definitely not like this, although it's similar. So for those who are listening, it looks like it's a swirly.
That's a plane in a cloud.
A plane in a cloud?
I don't think so.
No, the light.
Not just hovering like that. I mean, it looks like a really fuzzy light.
I think I hear it.
We got to get someone with a DSLR to start taking photos of these things.
Yeah. I mean, just have a Canon near you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, having a phone is convenient and great, but you never get really great resolution, especially at night.
Yeah, agreed. See, look at it here too. So I don't know why it's so. I want to show you the one where it takes off, though. Or not takes off. It just slowly fades away.
Maybe there's like some secret base out here. That's their air patrol people.
I don't even know what that is.
It's not blinking. And people have it at different colors too. You notice, like some have it blue, some are.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Oh yeah, look at it. It's like a galaxy or something.
Yes, that is really weird footage. What the hell could that possibly be?
I don't know.
What was the excuse last week? There was that floating light.
Yeah. The backyard lighting.
Yeah.
Backyard lighting or something.
Why is it so foggy looking?
Okay,
though?
yeah, here, this
It
one I
looks-
think disappears.
It looks like it's behind clouds, but it's most
clear.
definitely is not.
Here, look at all the stars.
Yeah, the stars. Look at their stars. It's
This is your day,
fuzzy.
Sandra.
Oh my God!
They're here.
I swear.
They're coming for
Oh,
you.
please be something extra weird. Come on.
Please be something
Oh,
extra
my
weird.
camera's doing this no justice. It's just so. Oh, that's 0.5. Okay. Oh my God, what is that?
I wonder if this is Arizona.
That's the weirdest glowing. That is
It's
the
soundless.
weirdest thing I have ever seen.
It's soundless.
Especially over 4 states.
Mm-hmm.
How come I didn't? I mean,
It almost looks like a bow-shaped cloud. Does it not? Like it's not circular. All
No,
the.
It's not over here in the back.
It looks like wings
But it's
or.
It's like a lot of.
Why?
It looks
Oh,
like
now
it's
it's
going-
not. Now it's. Oh, now it's.
Oh,
Oh, weird.
disappearing.
gone.
The light
hear
went
us.
out.
Yeah, there it goes.
I know they're like they're recording.
That's crazy, Sandra.
Did it? I see
Oh,
it.
I
No,
see
I
it.
see it.
Oh, it's
oh,
gone.
it's no. Wait.
It's gone. I don't see it anymore.
Oh my God! It disappeared.
So it just left
Wow.
our atmosphere.
That is cool
No, I'm
stuff.
serious. I don't know what that is because it's not cloudy.
Man, it happened over 4 states. I'm upset that we didn't see it. I mean, I wonder if it's in Southern. Oh yeah, that was ABC 7. So Southern California saw it too.
Hmm.
All right, let's see if they can. Americans in several Southwest states reporting seeing glowing, hazy UFO in the night sky. Do they have any explanation for this?
We live by an airport. This was not an airplane, a planet, a star, a comet, or fireball, a drone, a satellite, or a rocket, a witness in Oroville, California claimed. We are familiar with them as we are used to rocket launches and what they look like. This was something that appeared out of nowhere and disappeared into thin air. Enigma confirmed that in several videos. The object was seen disappearing. It appeared to have a spotlight on both sides of the object. Another witness wrote on the website. Interesting. One of the videos captured in Palm Springs clearly shows a bow tie shaped object with lights appearing to be directed in opposite directions. Yeah, that was what it looked like.
Yeah, was it this guy? No, it's not that
It's
clear.
one of the videos. Anyway, we spent a lot of time on this one. We recommend our listeners go and check out this footage because it is very bizarre.
So this stuff happens, and it could be rogue military thing. Who knows? Something that's happening out in space. I wouldn't be surprised, But I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happens, and we cover it here every single week.
Yeah, this one. So there actually have been a lot of UFO stories about people seeing them fly directly into the sides of mountains. Like
it
happens in Mount
Shasta. I was just gonna say, yeah.
And then there's the one up in Alaska too that I can never remember the name of. That they have, people have seen flying objects just fly directly into the side of the mountain. And when I say directly into the side, I don't mean like it crashes into it. It just phases through the side of the mountain, like the mountain's fake, or I don't know.
It's so bizarre, man.
It is such bizarre footage.
And I think that's why you have to be your conscious or your has to be in tune or much higher than us to survive being in these crafts, because they're probably vibrating at such a high level to go through matter like that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I bet if you put a human on this craft, they would be splattered on the side of the mountain.
They'll go crazy, yeah.
No. I'm saying the UFO would pass through the mountain.
Oh,
but the human would just splatter on the side of it.
So other people in the comments are saying, "Oh, that's just another drone. There's a ton of them, over this mountain or something." Could be. I'm not going to say it's not, but drones don't just disappear into sides of mountains like that.
Yeah, and this looks like it was filmed back in 2014.
Yeah,
drones were around, but they weren't nearly this sophisticated back then.
That's true. And not that many people had them. It's older. Here's the full image. Entrance.
But yeah, there could be an entrance because it looks like it enters the mountain like in the tree line, So maybe the trees are hiding some sort of entrance there.
Yeah. Skinwalker Ranch stuff.
They were back in the news. I can't remember. I
Yeah.
can't remember what. Can't remember what the hell it was about, but I saw Skinwalker was back in the news.
I think we covered they caught 4 UFOs, like
I think that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, the rectangle ones, right? Or
Mhm.
box ones or something. Wakanda forever. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
This one, mothership in Augusta, Georgia, stabilized.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, he stabilized this one. The guy could not keep his phone. Obviously, he was driving. Probably that's why. I'm not gonna blame him. But look at that. Look at all the lights.
Yeah, that is absolutely bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of that.
It's like a cross too. The rapture.
Yeah. It's AI Jesus coming to
Yeah. Yeah,
combine Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton or whatever the guy said.
Oh yeah. What's her name?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, what the hell could that possibly be?
I have no clue. I mean, it's obviously huge.
It's got too many lights on it. Way too many
like
lights on it.
humans don't have anything that does that. I mean, unless it's a what are they called? Those huge boats, the vacation ones. I'm forgetting now. What they're called.
Talking about a cruise ship?
Yes, cruise ships. So I mean, it could be a cruise ship. I mean, cruise ships have a lot of lights like that, but they're not in the sky. I mean, is it some kind of illusion? It's
Right.
silent.
There is that
Mhm.
there is that I can't remember what the name of it's called, but when you look at the ocean and there's
Yep.
a boat out in the distance, it looks like it's floating because
floating.
of reflections or something. But this is clearly way up in the sky and not like just floating over the over the ocean.
Here's the full video, but it's going to make you dizzy. Because he's driving too. I mean, my
Yeah.
God, that must have been crazy to see. Oh, I can't really see anything now. You see, and it helps when it's like behind trees like that. Yeah, look at that.
Like
So
my
ominous.
only possible explanation would like a fleet of drones, but I don't see why they would be doing this.
Practice or something.
Training exercise. I wonder.
Yeah.
Does it say where it was filmed? I can't remember.
Full stable video. Oh, he said it was in Georgia, Augusta, Georgia.
Do we know if there's a military base near Augusta, Georgia?
That's a good question. Here, let's check. Augusta, Georgia military base. Yeah, it looks like there is. Fort Eisenhower.
Oh, there we go.
Visit Augusta.com. Nice one. Fort Gordon Army Base in Augusta, Georgia.
Yeah, so I wonder if it's some sort of drone training or something. That's my only like if we're not talking about UFOs, that is a possible explanation. But weird formation to flying across. You think they'd fly more tactically, or maybe it's just I don't know. I don't know how drone training works.
You think they have nukes here? Let's see. No. Oh, Fort Eisenhower does not have nukes. I thought maybe it had nukes.
So they say.
So they say, yeah. Here's the entire stabilized video. So that's cool. Let's see. Full video, full stable video. People need to go to mandatory film class in high school. Hey, man, at least he took it.
Yeah.
Right?
And as you're driving, I mean, it looks like he was filming out his side window or something. That's tough.
I love this one. This is from NASA.
Lightning on the
Look at it, it's coming from space. Yeah, let me rewind it. Look at it coming in.
Extraterrestrial craft are attracted to thunderstorms, and many
this
times
being filmed like up in the sky.
This is from NASA, and these are one of the these are.
Well, I'm just trying to get my bearings. Is it being filmed like from
the ISS? Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but the older ISS, the first one.
Right. Well, it's still the same one. They just kept adding on to it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the smaller one then.
The surface of the planet or in the atmosphere of
but it's huge.
Is this pointed towards Earth?
Yes. So here's Earth. Here's the curvature right there.
The UFOs swarm into the area.
But they like lightning.
Almost as if they're harvesting.
It's good cover for them.
The electromagnetic energy within the atmosphere.
By the
And
way,
actual,
did you get the videos
there are
or in the pictures I sent you that my mom sent me what she saw?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
etheric flows.
It's probably from the solar storm, right?
That's what she was thinking, but
orgone energy.
Yeah, I mean, it was seen as far down as Alabama, Florida. We didn't see them here.
okay, now I see the curvature of the Earth. Okay, now
Yeah,
I've got my
it's here.
bearings here.
Yeah, and the
So
clouds are
they're
moving.
basically they're filming the top of a storm and
Yep.
watching the circular UFO come hang out. Wow.
Yeah, and this footage was leaked, so it's that Canadian guy, the satellite operator. It wasn't a public channel. This was on a private channel, and he recorded all these videos and then went through them and then released a DVD with the ones that had stuff on there.
Many TV stations have actually broadcast this STS-80 footage.
STS-80.
They only show you the few seconds
stuff coming
of
in.
the large glowing orb coming from the lower atmosphere.
Oh, and there's that one.
Does the ISS still do a live feed that you can?
It does. Yeah, it does. And these are one estimated size of UFO 1.5 miles. What the hell? Could you imagine, man? And that's why also they probably don't tell us, because then we'll be like, oh, why are you our government? I want them to be my government. I want 1.5 mile craft.
Oh, the ISS feed's really boring right now.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I mean, it usually is. Especially public ones. I mean, those I have the DVD, and man, there's some crazy videos, like really insane. And it's because they use ultraviolet cameras, so our eyes won't see them, but these cameras catch these craft.
Gotcha.
You sent me this, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, this is really, really creepy. It's one of those things like it wasn't caught on purpose. The guy was oh Jesus, look at that thing.
But it looks like there's more of them now. But this guy moves. But I mean, is he cloaking himself? Like, see, this looks like a face too.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
And this, like some like a
yeah, the fact that it moves.
Yeah.
Oh. Whoops! Got to get out of the shot.
Yeah, it's like that Simpson meme.
Homer Simpson backing in
the
trees.
Yeah. All right, so it's a drone basically going over the Amazon. And then I guess what they look at this later and find this.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Brazil.
Oh, it's so weird looking.
It is. And I'm sure the Amazon has. There he is.
Yeah, there's a lot of the Amazon that's largely unexplored.
Exactly.
And what I always find interesting about the Amazon is they do that, what's it like, LiDAR, and they keep finding like ancient cities that have been completely consumed by the jungle. That I always find super interesting. Wow, look at that thing.
Yeah,
Just
that's like a
staring
manta
at it.
ray.
Staring right at the camera.
Wow, dude. They go closer. Yeah, they even zoom in more, which is good. I mean, we need to see if he's actually moving or if it's some artifact of the camera or just lighting. There he is. Because I can still see other ones but okay, no, he moves. No, yeah. Oh, he turns his head.
I wonder if it's just like one of those undiscovered tribes.
Like human tribes?
Yeah, and they're like, they've got face paint on or something.
A mask on. Yeah, I thought that. What is this?
I think I think this video is in Spanish or Portuguese.
2023.
And I think they're just showing comparisons of what it possibly could be.
Man, I would not want to be in the Amazon.
No.
Scare the hell out of me. So that was in 2024, April 23rd, 2024.
Yeah, cool video.
Very cool video. This Hawaiian woman captures.
No, that's the mod doing his bullshit. Oh, this is you know what that's from?
No.
It's from that M. Night Shyamalan movie about aliens. What's it called?
Oh, Sightings.
No, it's not called. It's called The Sixth. No, it's not The Sixth Sense.
No, Sightings.
It's
The
not
one
called,
with
it's not called sightings.
the one about the crop circles, right?
Yeah, it's not called sightings.
Oh. Something with an S then. Right?
Hold on.
So, Shyamalan.
Signs, just called signs.
Signs.
But
Yes.
it's when you first, it's the Move Children, Vamonos. That's the scene where they're showing the footage on the TV of the kid's birthday party, and the alien.
Oh,
steps
nice. Good
out.
job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what that's a
Okay.
reference to. I thought that was pretty clever. I can't believe I got that. I
Yeah,
love that
good
movie,
job.
though, so it makes sense.
Very good movie. The twist is nice at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
see any evidence of aliens. SpaceX's Elon Musk says Starlink satellites have never dodged UFOs.
Like they're gonna have to dodge UFOs, dude. You know, I mean, okay. First of all, this guy has a top secret clearance. All right. Second, he has his businesses rely on government contracts, so he's not allowed to say it. Even if he's seen it, he's not allowed to say it because he'll lose his security clearance, and two, he'll lose all his contracts. So why would he? I'm just saying that just by itself.
I find the wording kind of bizarre. I have never had to dodge UFOs. I don't think people understand how big space is. You don't have to dodge anything in space. Like even like in the movies when they're like, "Oh, we're passing through the asteroid field," and it's like, you know, you're dodging left and right, and there's asteroids all over the place. Our asteroid belt, they're like, it's like millions of miles in between each little rock.
It's crazy, yeah.
And these satellites are tiny. They don't have to dodge. I mean, that's why you can put 1,000,000 of them in space and not hit any other satellite up there because there's so much room.
Yeah, and people can't fathom that and understand literally how huge just our planet alone, how huge it is.
Yeah.
It's immense. So I mean, he's out there saying that he's always been saying that, but Musk said that he's open to considering the possibility of alien visitation if indeed there is any compelling proof. If somebody has evidence of aliens, you know, that's not just a fuzzy blob, then I'd love to see it, love to hear about it. But I don't think there is. So again, just ignoring Grush, ignoring everything else that's been going on. And do they even have cameras on their satellites?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
Because they're telecom satellites.
Right. You don't, I don't know.
Does Starlink satellites have cameras? And plus, are they in infrared? Are they in the ultraviolet? They have star tracker cameras that have sometimes pointed at the Earth. However, it is unlikely that they have cameras capable of taking street-level imagery. Okay. Well, there you go. He lied again. 6,000 satellites that don't even have a camera.
Unreal.
I know. People don't even ask this stuff. I mean, I didn't just now, but I mean, it goes spy satellites, and it's not cheap enough to put on thousands of nearly disposable satellites. Exactly. I mean, these satellites are disposable. So he's basically saying that he didn't have to dodge them. Why would an advanced craft like need? You know, why you need to dodge an advanced craft that already knows that you're there?
Yeah,
Anyway,
it doesn't make any sense.
Musk is just doing his job as being a government contractor. I mean, most of his money comes from the government.
Mm-hmm. He's a welfare queen.
Yes, he is. Okay, so this is where we were tagged on, and the 9/11 thing. We don't even follow each other, but he tagged us. He goes, "I'll start with my evidence. Catastrophic disclosure." His name is Jimmy on X. AMA. All images are legit and can be reproduced from multiple sources completely independent of each other. This is the best evidence we have available to us. He's talking about NHI. So he's saying that this is an NHI in the building.
In what building? What's he talking? What's
the tower? This is Twin Towers on 9/11.
Huh.
That's the hole in 9/11. And he goes, non-humans were present in the North Tower gash on 9/11. A UAP flew by the NT gash, North Tower gash, by these entities 30 seconds prior to second plane impact. This is catastrophic disclosure, and he tagged us there.
I don't know about this one, dude.
It's just like shadows, but you know, we're gonna cover it.
Yeah. I mean,
alien.
That'd be It'd be pretty wild if it was true, but this one,
Yeah, it's a.
I mean,
it's-
that just looks like a guy.
Not even. It looks like one of these things, and it's just in the
Or like,
background.
yeah, just like detritus.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. So, I want some of that weed, dude.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, man. Keep it up. Keep looking. Keep your eyes open. But we don't think this is anything really.
I mean, it'd be pretty wild if, like, I mean, maybe they are time travelers and they want to see what happened on 9/11 up close and personal.
Yeah.
But that seems pretty bleak.
Right, and that they blew up the building because of that, because there was aliens in there. And this one's not really.
That's nothing
clear at all. Yeah. All right, so moving on from that. Oh, there was this camera that's 1 trillion frames per second captures light entering a scene and leaving.
Ooh, very.
Yeah,
I want to see this.
Okay.
And so we can actually observe light as it goes through this scene.
1 trillion frames per second? At that speed, a flash of light on a still life is transformed into a journey.
We'll see light coming in by its reflection off the floor.
Wow.
As the light wave propagates, it'll hit the surface of the fruit, and we'll see that light up. And then only after delay will you see the
Wow.
light hit the wall behind it, and only after another delay will you actually see the shadow behind it.
It's like a
Wait,
wave.
so the shadow doesn't appear instantaneously?
That's right, because the wall is farther away, it takes light longer time to reach it.
Oh my god.
Soda bottle filled with water. But then, a flash.
So you see the pulse of light enter in from the left.
This pulse is actually a packet of photons, particles of light.
And we can see its energy front sweeping across the bottle from left to right. And eventually the pulse will hit the cap and emit a bright flash.
Just think how fast it was traveling.
About 600 million miles per hour.
And how long did that event take in real life?
It took a billionth of a second for light to go from one end to the other.
Put another way, if you were to film that iconic apple with this camera and made a movie of the bullet entering the picture, going through the apple and out the other side,
it would take about a year to watch this entire movie.
It would take a year to
Whoa, what?
It'll take a year because it's taking 1 trillion frames per second.
That is crazy, man.
Humans do some crazy shit. That's why they won't kill us, because even if we're violent and whatever, we're a brilliant species if you think about it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, why would you want to do that? I guess to capture the light. I mean, it makes sense, but I love how it shows that it was both a wave and a particle, because the one that hit the apple was a wave, right? And then the one that went through the cap was particles. Like this one didn't propagate like a wave.
Across the bottle from left to right.
I guess it does here.
And eventually the pulse will hit the cap and emit a bright flash.
Just think how fast it was traveling.
Hit the
I
surface
love
of the
this,
fruit,
man.
and we'll see that light up.
Wait, I got cops.
And then only after delay will you see the light hit the wall behind it, and only after another delay will you actually see the shadow behind it.
It's like we're underwater, right?
Doesn't
Yeah.
appear instantaneously?
That's right, because the wall is farther away, it takes light longer time to reach it.
Easy. Soda bottle filled with water.
It is crazy.
Cool.
Absolutely insane. All right, moving on. You sent me this. Historians are still unsure about these giant spheres. How big are these things?
You see the people standing next to
Oh,
him.
yeah. Wow.
I mean, they're
What
giant
would-
spheres.
What would be the purpose of this?
Could you? I want to read the title. I can't remember because I can't remember where these were found. I think it was Myanmar. Giant spheres found in Costa Rica, with over 300 found in the Diqui Delta and on Isla
That's Dickies.
del
I'm just kidding.
Cano. There are no written records left by the people who made them, so we have no idea.
Oh,
We
of course.
only can speculate. But these are
Well-
giant stone spheres, roughly the size of a human, like in terms of height. Like we're looking at one right now where there's 4 average sized people standing around it, and this ball is it's much bigger than they are, but they don't know why they were left or why they were created.
Aliens. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I thought that too. Indiana Jones, that rock.
Yeah, running away. Yeah.
Spielberg knows. They crack any of these open? Good question.
and,
know what
and
these
risk
are.
hatching the spawn of the old gods.
Oh, what is that?
Yeah, that's what the reply was.
Cthulhu. These are moon seeds. Once they've grown bigger, they'll be dug from the ground and released into outer space. Huh?
More joke comments. Reddit's so funny.
They played marbles with them.
Fucking
Oh, dude. All right. Bye, Reddit. So very, very interesting. I mean, I don't know what it could be. I mean, what is it made out of? It just stone?
As far as I can tell.
Like limestone or whatever, huh? Weird.
Yeah.
Could be just markers or something. I don't know.
I mean, it's the
Hard to
same
say.
thing. It's the same thing with the Easter Island statues.
Oh yeah, but those they dug them up, and it's not just heads, right? It's their bodies too.
It's the whole body, yeah. But I mean, why were they there? You know?
Oh yeah, right, exactly.
UFO Welcome Center in Bowman destroyed in fire.
Oh, doesn't that suck? This thing's been around for a while. The UFO Welcome Center. So now
Bowman,
there it
South
is.
Carolina.
Yep.
Wow,
it's
it really
gone.
got burned down.
Yeah, the burned remains of the UFO Welcome Center. It's sad.
It is sad. Does it say if it was an accident or on purpose?
They lost a major tourist attraction and a fire confirmed. They started receiving calls around 7. 2 hours later, firefighters were seen. Devastated to see his pride and joy go up in flames. It was devastating. Not really saying. Send me money.
Oh wow, his trailer burned down too.
Oh, so okay, that's what happened. They're asking for support.
Well, if you can lend a hand, folks,
yeah,
send this guy some money. Help rebuild the UFO Welcome Center.
Links are in the show notes,
as always.
What else do we got? Oh yeah, did we talk about this? I asked him. I wasn't sure if we talked about Bezos.
I can't remember if we have or not.
Okay, so Jeff Bezos' grandfather worked for DARPA. He was
a DARPA co-founder.
Yes, he's not a joke. So when they went in to go look for his paperwork from the government, John Greenwald, he FOIA'd it, and they said that all the records have been destroyed. Of course. 1 year before Guys died in 1995, Bezos founded Amazon in the garage of his Bellevue, Washington home. Oh, I don't think his grandfather had anything to do with that.
Definitely not.
No, he didn't tell me any secrets of the internet and where it's going. No, he didn't know. So from 1958, he was the Department of Defense's Advanced Research Project Agency working on space technology and ballistic missile defense.
Gee whiz. The
coincidences
just keep lining up.
Just like Facebook. Facebook was also CIA. So all these guys, all these billionaires we have out there, all come from the intelligence community. And from this group that has these secrets, of course. And here it is, John Greenwald, the Black Vault. FBI file, but found out if there was one, it has been destroyed. I mean, I was tempted to go and tell Greenwald again. I'm like, dude, see, FOIA is not going to do anything. If they can just get rid of records, what is the point?
Right. It's a shame. Absolute shame. They can spy on us all they want, not get in trouble the second we try and get some information back. The paperwork disappears.
Yeah.
Or is destroyed or is blacked out in the name of national security.
Yeah, and a lot of that espionage is probably corporate espionage. It's for inventions that people come up with, business ideas come up with, and they just pass it along to their corporate, handlers and say, oh, you guys better get working on this before a competitor does, kind of thing,
Yeah.
So and a lot of our big tech comes from the intelligence community. Oracle apparently came from the intelligence community. So all these billionaires you see are not real.
They're manufactured.
Yeah, absolutely manufactured. That's why they don't talk. They always get in line when the government wants something. They don't say anything about anything politically, really, unless it's for the narrative. So more DARPA news. Oh, 2009. Okay, I'm not. You know what? Sometimes the Google alerts I get have something on Yahoo, and then even an old one. All right, so we're skipping this one. This is 2009. This one. GE Aerospace researchers demonstrate AI that, like a child, discovers the meaning behind objects and actions. AI is getting so advanced, so quick.
Yeah, it's pretty scary stuff. I don't know if you watched the Y Files this week. It was a little different than his other episodes, but he talked about the combination of AI and gene editing.
No, I didn't. When was that? When was that one out? Because I went to the channel, I think
Yeah,
yesterday.
It came out late. I think it came out yesterday.
Oh, okay, that's why I didn't see it. Because all right, but I was, he's on Prime also, so I was watching
Yeah,
some.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I started watching those. They're a bit different. I think he's younger, but even the content's very different too. So he works hard, dude. I don't know how he has time to do all this.
No kidding.
It's a lot of work. The research itself is a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this guy says rapid advances in generative AI and computer vision are getting us much closer to creating AI agents that can enter into new environments, understand what's happening, and do the right thing, said Peter Tu, Chief AI Strategist, GE Aerospace Research. The more we can augment machines with this form of intelligence, the more it can help the DoD, businesses, and individuals improve the way we live, work, and perform. We're not going to have humans left. I mean,
no, I know, and that was kind of what the Y Files what the Y Files episode was about. It was basically just our entire lives are governed by AI.
So that's a scary future,
It's
especially that we know they can be programmed. They're not like a fair tool. They are a tool of the powerful.
Right. I mean, we're seeing that already. Like ChatGPT can only make jokes about certain people.
Yeah.
Refuses to make jokes about other types of people because it's been programmed to be that way.
Yeah, exactly. Left leaning.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this comes out after they won't tell us who won, but there was a dogfight between AI and an Air Force pilot on F-16s or F-18s. I forgot, and it was fully autonomous, the AI, and they won't release the results.
I can imagine who probably won.
Yeah, me too. Which is why they won't release it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Contact in the Desert. I've never been to one of these. I really would love to. It's expensive though. Maybe one day. Maybe our fans or maybe our listeners that we know would donate and would go and cover this. We'll go see Richard Dolan. We'll go see Linda Moulton Howe. All the celebrities. But I'd love to go to one of these. And it's up in Joshua Tree National Forest, which is just amazing. Yeah. And you always talk about these guys. The last podcast. On the left. So I think are they hosting it? No, not hosting.
I think they're doing a panel.
Okay, that should be fun though.
Yeah, they're really really funny guys.
Their pictures are funny. It's kind of hilarious.
He lost so much weight. That guy with the mustache.
Has he? This guy,
Henry Zabrowski. He was super fat.
Really?
Like really obese.
Like obese.
Yeah, and now he's in really good shape.
Let me click on buy tickets and see how much it is. It's gonna be like $600. I mean, can't they have like 5-day pass? Yeah,
holy
300. What's couples $679. Internet price $777. Galactic pass, Interstellar pass 1,000. What is this, like a Coachella thing?
I don't know. So you got lectures, workshops, intensives, whatever. I don't know what intensives are. Front of the line seating.
I mean, lectures are enough. You can just go hang out after that. Yeah, tent welcome party.
You got a meet and greet with the speakers. Contact in the desserts. Dance party with DJ Adam Apollo. Live band Nine Finger.
I don't know who that is.
CE5.
Oh, really?
They're guaranteeing that. Wow. Scavenger hunt, cinema under the stars. Wow, there's a lot of content here. No wonder. Oh, and they got yoga classes too.
Of course they do. Sold out. Giant Rock and Integration Tour. Sold out. Friday night watch excursion. Look at all this. How much? Look at all this costs. 89, 80, 69, 60.
Yeah, this is not for the broke people. These are for rich nerds.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably like all celebrities. Hotel parking. Cool though. They do this every year. So maybe one day.
Yeah.
Once we start getting some.
Maybe one day we'll get invited. We can do our own panel.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun too. There we go. Conscious Contact live stream now available for 2024. Oh, I think that's the older one. So this is starting when? Does it say? June. Oh, sorry, May. Oh, this online sale ends May 26th. But it's
Just
not
hit
really
back.
Oh, those guys, that one. May 30th.
May 30th to June 3rd.
No, yeah. It's
Yeah,
at
it'd be
the
fun to go to one of these things one day.
Renaissance Resort and Spa in Indian Wells, California, with over 125 lectures. Cool stuff.
Very cool.
Oh, so you sent me a Reddit post about this, and they took it off. So I found it on.
I think it's
Twitter.
fake. I
Really?
think, I don't. I mean, that's what the comments seem to suggest.
Oh, I should go back to it then, because I want to know if it's fake. How come the community notes didn't say anything about it here, though?
I have no idea. I have no idea how community notes work.
But fake how? Like it was.
Like it's staged.
Because did you watch it all the way to the end? Like he even goes into his building and tells his security.
Yeah, I did.
Everything.
But apparently, this guy, the guy who's filming or like doing it,
and they did this to him too, the clown stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. But the guy, the big buff guy, apparently has been known for faking videos like this before. So, Anyway, I mean, it's not a big secret. Hollywood is a sick, satanic place with a bunch of pedophiles in it. I mean, we know that.
Yeah, I mean, so this guy, he's a producer of, I forget now, Space Jam, but many movies, and he got caught sitting with a 15-year-old girl, and he's just saying, "There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just having a conversation with her. I'm just getting a pizza. There's nothing wrong with that." She's 15. So yes, there is. The guy is in his 70s or 80s. He should not be sitting with a 15-year-old girl. Interesting. I'm going to try and go back and just see if it's fake. Interesting. Oh, so we covered last week that the second Boeing guy is dead, right? So this is coming out in the Hindustan Times. Is Boeing in big trouble? World's largest aerospace firm faces 10 more whistleblowers after sudden death of 2.
They better get busy. That's a lot of killing they got to do.
Yeah. They're going to have to round them up in one room.
I just saw an article the other day about I believe it was the CEO of Boeing. He would refuse to fly on these planes. Like if he saw that his flight was going to be on this type of plane, the one with all the problems, he would cancel his flight.
Was it a 737 that's having a problem?
I think it was a 737.
Joshua Dean, John Barnett, the 2 Boeing whistleblowers were found dead under mysterious circumstances. The sudden demise, blah, blah, blah. It's 737 MAX airliners. Dean's family announced that he passed away. So wait, where's the thing about that there's more coming?
I think they're just saying there's 10 other whistleblowers and the lawyers are concerned for their safety. I think that's all it really is.
Yeah, it was definitely not a suicide.
No, of course not.
Well, if seriously 10 more come out, I mean, it will be the bankruptcy of Boeing. They would have to probably sell to Lockheed or something.
No, they'll get bailed out by the CIA or or government most likely.
Yeah, that's true too. They'll bail them out in a second. Oh, we'll just pay the lawsuits. Don't worry about it. Just keep making those spacecrafts.
They're too big to fail.
Yeah, I mean, aren't we too important to fail?
No, we're only worth about $1,400.
Man, I mean, if that printing machine at the Fed, I mean, why they even tax us? They're just printing like they want. I don't understand. Yes, I know. Really, I'm not. I understand control, but stop it. Just print then.
Well, I understand the need for taxes. What really pisses me off is how our taxes are spent. And our money is not going to anything good. It's being wasted. That's really frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, I'm against income tax. I'm okay with all other tax forms, especially sales tax, property tax, all that. I mean, government needs.
I'm super against property tax. I think it's frustrating that if you buy property, you never own it because if you stop paying your taxes, the government comes and takes it from you.
Yep. Exactly. It's like if you stop paying them something that's not physical, really money, they can come and just take your physical home from you and then sell it.
Yep.
So Russia has been warning the U.S. and Europe, and we still think they're bluffing. So apparently Medvedev had a post on X, and he's calling out the Western political elites in it, and basically saying that if the French and if the British have troops or send F-16s or whatever, that they're going to nuke London and Paris. But I think they still think that he's bluffing, Putin. Which is
I don't know. I mean,
here, let's see what he says. So he goes, the number of scoundrels among the Western political elite calling for sending their troops to a non-existent country is expanding. Now it includes representatives of the U.S. Congress, French and British leadership, and individual madmen from the Baltic states and Poland. They also call for the active use of their missile weapons, which they supplied to the Banderites throughout Russia. There is some kind of total degradation of the ruling class in the West. This class really does not want to logically connect elementary things. Sending your troops to the territory of former Ukraine will entail the direct entry of their countries into the war to which we will have to respond, and alas, not in the territory of former Ukraine. In this case, none of them will be able to hide either on Capitol Hill or in the LEC Palace or on Downing Street 10. A world catastrophe will happen. By the way, Kennedy and Khrushchev were able to understand this more than 60 years ago, but the current infantile morons who have seized power in the West do not want to understand it. And that is why today the General Staff began preparations for the exercises, including activities for practical testing of the preparation and use of non-strategic nuclear weapons. So they're testing using nukes.
Wowzers.
Yeah, and we just keep pushing them and keep pushing. For them, it's an existential threat because they either win this or the world blows up. That's how they see it. And I don't know why we think they're bluffing. I mean, do they really think they're just gonna let us take over their sovereignty?
Yeah, I don't know. I just have a hard time because the second the first nuke is launched, it's over for everybody.
Everybody, yeah, everybody, exactly. So it's either that Russia wins in Ukraine and there's some kind of peace, or the world's gonna blow up. There's nothing else. There's no other choice there.
Pretty scary stuff, man.
Yeah, because they're not going to lose. Also, a loss for them means they're going to blow up the world. They're not, right? They're not going to just.
Yeah, it's their own version of the what's the Israel plan? I always forget.
Yeah, the Samson option.
Yeah.
Why doesn't no one look for peace? I don't understand this. Since JFK has been gone, no one cares about peace.
I'll never understand. Oh, this is great. I love this. Breaking: a New York State senator that worked to pass the quote Adult Survivors Act quote end quote, which allowed E. Jean Carroll to go after Trump with accusations from 30 years ago, now says the law is unconstitutional because a rape lawsuit got filed against him too.
Loser. What a loser! Look at his face.
Oh man.
Man, I hate hypocrites. I really try not to be a hypocrite. It's hard not to be a hypocrite. I know most humans are. You have to really consciously do it. But to be blatant like this, it's just too funny.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, it's just like who's the New York was it the mayor
Mayor Adams
Cuomo?
Oh, Cuomo, yeah.
Yeah, where he was talking about, I can't believe, Trump would be sexually harassing all these people. And then sure enough, like all these women come out and say he was the one that was
he was the one doing it.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't resign. They had to force him to resign. He wouldn't. He didn't care. Such a psychopath.
Yeah. I mean, it truly does take psychopathy to be like this. Now, this story is absolutely bizarre. RFK Jr. says doctors found a dead worm in his brain. So apparently, at some point in his life, some sort of parasitic worm crawled into his brain and ate part of it, they think, and then died in his head. In 2010, RFK Jr. was experiencing memory loss and mental fogginess so severe that a friend grew concerned he might have a brain tumor. Mr. Kennedy said he consulted several of the country's top neurologists, many of whom had either treated or spoken to his uncle, Senator Edward M. Kennedy, before his death the previous year of brain cancer. Several doctors noticed a dark spot on the younger Mr. Kennedy's brain scans and concluded that he had a tumor, he said, in a 2012 deposition reviewed by the New York Times. Mr. Kennedy was immediately scheduled for procedure at Duke University Medical Center by the same surgeon who had operated on his uncle, he said. I'm waiting to get to the worm part. He received a call from his doctor at New York Presbyterian Hospital who had a different opinion. He said he believed that Mr. Kennedy had a dead parasite in his head. The doctor believed that the abnormality seen on his scans was caused by a worm that got into his Kennedy's brain and ate a portion of it and then died.
What? So wait,
Yeah.
and I when I was skimming it, it said that the worm came from eating too much fish because mercury. What does that have to do with the worm?
No, I think that's how it got into his system or something. I don't know.
Because also there was a Jewish magazine that covered it called the Forward, and they say it's because he eats pork.
Yeah, of course.
So, man, that sucks. So, but someone said that it might turn cancerous because that thing, the parasite that died.
Oh, wait. There's the fish thing. About the same time he learned of the parasite, he said he was also diagnosed with mercury poisoning, most likely from ingesting too much fish containing the dangerous heavy metal, which can cause serious neurological issues. Man, poor guy.
Seriously, but I mean, that's having like sashimi, I guess, right? Because it has to be, or just any fish will do that to you.
I have no idea. I'm not a seafood person. I do like some sushi, but I don't like seafood in general. The only fish I like are tuna and salmon.
Yeah, I mean that's the only sashimi I ate is tuna and salmon. I love tuna and salmon.
Like I won't eat crab. I won't eat lobster.
Yeah, they're like insects, right?
Yeah, shrimp. Oh, forget about it. It's got too many legs.
Some tapeworm larvae can live in a human brain for years without causing problems. Others can wreak havoc. When they start to die, which causes inflammation, the most common symptoms are seizures, headaches, and dizziness. Screw that. No, thank you, man. Tapeworms in the brain. All right, so I mean, poor guy. Exactly. I mean, he has that voice thing, and then now this, and so strange.
God hates the Kennedys, I guess,
or someone's trying to poison him.
Yeah.
Sci-fi like interactive portal between New York and Dublin. So it's new between New York and Dublin, but I've seen this before in other cities.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So it's basically a big camera to another part of the world.
Yeah,
it's an art exhibit essentially, but they've got it doesn't. It's not. Yeah, I thought it was just this one, but I didn't realize there's a bunch of them that linked all over the world. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff.
So this one connects New York and Dublin.
Yeah. So you look through this quote unquote portal, and it's a camera to the other side, so the other people can see you, and you get to interact with people across on the other side of the planet.
That's awesome.
Very cool stuff. I mean, I like this kind of stuff. I think this is more of the type of things we need.
They should put one in Gaza.
Oh yeah, that'd go over well. We could watch all those Israeli troops kill women and children.
Did you see there was 10 of them got hospitalized because a hornet's nest attacked them? Or hornets attacked them. Founded by Lithuanian artist and entrepreneur Benedictus Gailis, portals are an invitation to meet fellow humans above borders and differences and to experience our world as it really is, united in one. This is great, man. I like stuff like this.
Yeah.
Unite people for peace and stop this. Like, just we don't need to compete on every single level. There's, the diversity this world has is great. We need to celebrate each other, celebrate cultures, and
Absolutely.
unite against the parasitic class.
Yeah, and just we need constant reminders that all humans are going through similar struggles.
Yeah, and we all want the same thing. We all want to live in peace, right?
Yep. Yeah.
We all want the freedom to carve our own path, our own way. Contribute to society.
Absolutely.
So let's have peace, man. Enough of this war. I don't want a nuclear holocaust. Oh, this one was crazy.
Yeah, I'm not okay. So the title of this is "Shooting Victims Are Quote Unquote Calling Members of Congress." is it okay to use AI to clone your child's voice to deliver a political message? So what they're doing is, so it's like, if your kid is shot in a school shooting and you're trying to ban guns, just as an example, you have an AI of your child's voice and image potentially, calling the senator saying, I'm dead because you didn't ban guns or whatever message you're trying to get across. And to me, it seems like a very, very slippery slope.
It is, because then it can be used to lobby for anything really, and it would show the congressman and senator clout that's not really there. You could then do multiple AI voices for some other thing you want to lobby for, and you don't have to go and gather 200,000 real people. You can just use AI, and it will just bombard their supposed representatives with voicemails and whatever. And so, yeah, I think it's dangerous also. It should not be allowed.
Here's an example. In 2018, when I was 15 years old, I was killed by an unsecured gun at my friend's house. Reads a message in the voice of Connecticut native Ethan Song. My parents recreated my voice using AI so I can finally ask you to do something to protect kids. So that's an example of one of the phone calls being sent out.
2018, huh? That was like 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
These messages are being sent using a new website called The Shot Line. The platform was born out of a partnership between Change the Ref and March for Our Lives, two organizations that were formed in response to the school shooting in Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida in 2018. I mean, it's tragic.
Yeah, it really is.
Maybe have security on campus, people. All this is all because of no gun zones. It's the only reason. It's easily solved. I don't
know if it's
it.
easily. I don't. That's the thing. I don't think it is easily solved.
But if you're a shooter, why they always go to places that don't have guns? They always, because then they can't get shot down. At least they have to wait until the cops come in. But if they knew that there was people with guns, protecting the school, they wouldn't go there, or a lot less would.
Well, that's the thing though, is schools do have police officers working at them. I mean, even back when I was in high school, we had I can't remember what they're called, something resource officer, but we had a police officer that walked around our halls and he was armed.
I don't know. Maybe that's different in Montana then.
Just a pistol.
Usually,
but schools here do too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't remember what they're called, but they'd have basically police officers in plain clothes that have their own little office, and they are supposed to be looking out for stuff like this.
Oh, nice. Well, that's good then.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, it's not helping. That's the problem. But really, why I say it's I don't think it's an easily solved issue is because where are we as a society going that kids feel the need to do stuff like this?
Yeah, and they're always on some kind of drugs.
Right. A lot of them are on, oh God, what are those pills like for depression and anxiety? But it's a 3-letter name.
SSRIs?
SSRI, yes. A lot of them are on SSRIs. I mean, we clearly have a mental health crisis in this country, but we also are allowing our kids easy access to guns. So if you are a gun owner, be safe, keep them locked up and unloaded, so it's not so easy for your kids to get to them, I guess.
Man, I was hearing crazy
gun
stories.
safety.
Yeah, and not just guns. I mean, the parents are like letting their kids drink and do drugs. Like I was hearing horror stories of I think it was even middle schoolers. Like they were like smoking, because they can vape now, right? And they're high at school and they drink too. I mean,
yeah.
It's going to cause huge mental issues. Like parents don't give a crap or something. Is that what it is? Or they're trying to be cool with their kids? I mean,
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I just think, I don't know. I'm not a parent myself, so I can't speak for any other parents. I just think the world is, it brings you down in a way where you're more apathetic to things like that.
Yeah.
Because you're so worried about your finances. You're worried about what you're going to do for work, stuff like that you can't always be focused on what your kids are doing. That's my opinion. I could be way off there. I'm shooting in the dark.
Yeah, too big. Yeah, apathetic. They'll take care of themselves, or boys will be boys, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's that crazy solar storm that we had. I mean, it's still happening. I think till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Here's the Earth scale. Look at this thing. It is huge.
Yeah.
It was
massive flare.
Yeah. It was severe. It was a 5 out of 5. Oh wow.
Yeah. My mom was watching the news and she goes, "Oh, they say it's going to knock out communications and this could be the end." I'm like, "Mom,
Didn't do anything.
no." I go, "Trust me, you're still going to have to go to work on Monday."
I
said the Northern Lights are going to be fantastic.
Right, that's what it's showing.
Maybe some satellite communications will be disrupted. This kind of thing happens all the time, but nothing is going to fundamentally change. And these are some great Northern Lights. Wow,
Yeah,
look at that.
Beautiful. I mean, it was seen all the way to Florida. Where's this one? Tasmania. This is the ISS.
Footage from the ISS always freaks me out because it always looks like it's so low.
Yeah, like it's gonna hit.
Yeah, it looks like it's like scraping the atmosphere, but I think technically it kind of is.
Yeah, low Earth orbit. There they are.
Yeah, wow, look at that. That's so cool.
Very cool. I used to see them up in Montreal. Whoa.
You know, I lived in Montana all those years. And I only saw the Northern Lights less than a handful of times.
Same when I was up there too. Yeah. All right, he's an animation of it. Anyway, we survived it. Wasn't too crazy.
Yeah.
And then Biden says he'll halt offensive weapons to Israel if it invades Gaza. Well, it did, and now the GOP is trying to impeach him, not because of what he's done to this country, not because of the open borders, not because of the inflation, not because he's weaponized the government against his own citizens, not because of spying, not because of any of that, because he's not letting Israel get its transfer to blow up women and children. That's why they're doing it. What a great party. The GOP are definitely, what is it called? Controlled opposition. Yeah.
They're not even controlled up. Well, they are. They're controlled by Israel opposition, but sort of.
Control. Man, that's all they talk about. Every single one of them. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane watching them. Like every day, day in, day out, every week, like every single tweet they come out with, every single press release, it's all about Israel. They're insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like no shame at all, no shame. Like, dude, don't you have constituents? You know, like you're a representative.
Yeah, but the constituents don't pay their bills. AIPAC does.
AIPAC does. So I mean, now Massey is actually trying to, God bless him. I mean, but he's trying to get them to register as a foreign agent. We know what happened to JFK when he tried to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're after him. They spent $300,000 in his district on ads, counter ads for his opponent or something like that. And he's really upset because he doesn't, accept anything that they say. So a lot of people are recognizing this, but is anything going to change? I mean, they literally own our government. How do we fix that? You have to ban AIPAC and good luck. Okay,
yeah,
then what?
Exactly. Yeah,
then
ban AIPAC and then your career is done, or you die under mysterious circumstances.
I mean, why can't the federal government, instead of like something like AIPAC, why can't the American people have like a PAC that does that funds
because we don't have the money. I mean, and rich people aren't willing to be a part of that. So there's no more middle class. So all you have is a bunch of people who are living paycheck to paycheck.
Zionist billionaires.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, fine. So, but these billionaires, this country made them rich. This ideology of this country made them powerful. Why do you want to destroy it? If this country goes, then that country goes too.
But they're not, in their mind, they're not destroying it. They're keeping the status quo.
$30 trillion in debt, Well, Macklemore did a really cool video about the protests. I liked everything about this except the white supremacy thing. I mean, we know it's not a white supremacy problem,
Of course.
Yeah, but he's a commie, so he has to say it. But still, I like the lyrics and the video's cool.
Let's give it a listen.
Yeah, let's play some of it. Oh wait, are we gonna get a copyright? Hopefully not. Wait, let's not. I mean, I'll do this where it's not like.
Yeah. The people, they won't leave. What is threatening about divesting and want a piece? The problem isn't the protests, it's what they're protesting. It goes against what our country is funding. Block the barricade until Palestine is free. Block the barricade until Palestine is free. When I was 7, I learned a lesson from Cuban Eazy-E. What was it again? Oh yeah, fuck the police. Actors and badges protecting property in a system that was designed by white supremacy. But the people are in the streets. You can pay off Meta, you can't pay off me. Politicians who serve by any means. APAC, Kofi, and all the companies. You see, we sell fear around the land of the free. But this generation here is about to cut the strings. You can ban TikTok, take us out the algorithm, but it's too late. We've seen the truth, we bear witness. Seen the rubble, the buildings, the mothers, and the children, and all the men that you murdered. And then we see how you spin it. Who gets the right to defend and who gets the right of resistance? It's always been about dollars and the color of your pigment. But white supremacy is finally on blast, screaming free Palestine to their home at last. We see the lies and claiming it's anti-Semitic to be anti-Zionist. I seen Jewish brothers and sisters out there and riding in solidarity and screaming free Palestine, with them organizing and learning and finally cutting ties with the state that's gotta rely on apartheid system to uphold an occupying violent history. Been repeating for the last 75. The Nakba never ended, the colonizer lied. If students' intents posted on the lawn, occupying the quad is really against the law, and a reason to call in the police and their squad. Where does genocide land in your definition, huh? Destroying every college in Gaza and every mosque, pushing everyone into Rafah and dropping bombs. The blood is on your hands, Biden, we can see it all. And fuck no, I'm not voting for you in the fall. Undecided, you can't twist the truth. The people out here united, never be defeated when freedom's on the horizon. Yet the music industry's quiet, complicit in their platform of silence. What happened to the artist? What you gotta say? If I was on a label, you could drop me today. I'll be fine with it, cause the heart fed my page. I want a ceasefire, fuck a response from Drake. What you willing to risk? What you willing to give? What if you were in Gaza? What if those were your kids? If the West was pretending that you didn't exist, you want the world to stand up, and the students finally did. Let's get it.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was really Thank you, American students. Those people were in apartment buildings. Now they're all in tents and being blown up.
Well, you gotta make way for those high-rise luxury apartments for the Israelis.
So evil, man. So evil. Well, that's all we have. We do have a one about economics. He talks about the Big Mac index, but we don't need to know. We already know the economy is bad. But it's funny. He looks at the stripper index and the Big Mac index, and they're both really bad. Like strippers have lost 60% of their income, and he goes, "That's usually depression happens right after that."
Did you see the CNN interview with Biden where they're talking about inflation and all this stuff, and the interviewer goes, "Well, grocery prices are up 30%," and Biden goes, "Well, yeah, but Americans have money to spend." And it's just like, oh my god, what a jackass!
Yeah, they still have money from COVID. One of them said, I think one of the Federal Reserve guys.
I mean, it's truly something else. These politicians.
They're so disconnected, and it really sucks how they spend our money. Like, seriously, going to these wars.
There should be like, I don't know, like a month where they have to live off like a $30,000 a year salary and like work like a job at McDonald's or something.
I mean,
it should be like a prerequisite. Like you have to work at McDonald's for 6 months to a year, or some minimum wage job before you are allowed to step foot into Congress and start making decisions. So you know what it's like to actually live like a normal human being.
I mean,
all these politicians come from rich families or powerful families. They don't just come from the sticks.
I think they lack empathy too. I mean, what do you think about this? I mean, what if our government, what if you have to go through a psychological test before you're allowed to become a congressman, senator, or anything that gives you power over people? Like, and you can't be a psychopath and you can't be a sociopath. You can't be any of those. And if you are, you're disqualified. I mean, is it easy to fake those tests?
I was just about to say, I'm sure they'd find a way to fake it.
Or just give them a pass or something, like, it would be a corrupt, like, bureaucrat doing it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, because that's what I think our problem is. We have psychopaths running the country and the world.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see the senators? We had 12 senators send a letter to the ICC, the International Criminal Court, and they bullied them. They said that if you, because they want to arrest, they want to issue arrest warrants for Netanyahu and other Israeli officials for the genocide that's happening. And we had 12 senators send a letter warning them that if they do that, that they will what? Wait a minute, we have to read this. Wait a minute. Because they're acting like the mob, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like the stuff they were saying. Senators letter ICC. There it is. Okay. So if carried out, will result in severe sanctions against you and your institutions. They're saying if they do it, Netanyahu, if you issue a warrant for the arrest of the Israeli leadership, we will interpret this not only as a threat to Israel's sovereignty, but to the sovereignty of the United States. So they're saying now Israel's sovereignty is like our sovereignty. So they're telling you who's running the country.
Yeah, exactly.
Target Israel, and we will target you. If you move forward the measures indicated in the report, we will move to end all American support for the ICC, sanction your employees and associates, and bar you and your families from the United States. You have been warned.
Yeesh. Yeah, that does sound like mob talk.
Isn't that crazy? And they put him in there, actually. This guy, so maybe that's why they're doing it. This Mr. Kareem or Khan, they put him in because the ICC was going to also do this to Netanyahu. And so they brought this guy in and he canceled the case. This was, I don't know, a few years ago. So let's see who signed it. It's, of course, Tom Cotton, Mitch McConnell, Blackburn, Katie Britt, Kevin Kramer, Ted Cruz, of course, Bill Haggerty, Pete Ricks, Marco Rubio, yep, Rick Scott, Tim Scott, of course. Yeah, the usual guys.
Unreal.
It's scary. It really is scary. That's all we care about is that country.
Yep.
So I mean, that's where we are at May 12th, 2024.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's a late one today because we had Mother's Day and busy weekend. But yeah, we got to get these shows out to you.
Oh yeah, of course. Number one priority.
Well, you guys need to support us. We have a link on every single show, even $1, whatever it is. Just let us know how we're doing.
Yeah, give us some feedback, leave some comments, send us links, give us ideas for things to talk about. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we'll definitely cover it. I have an app that is being launched soon, so I'll talk to you about that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It should do well, and I want to start learning. Well, I started learning how to do VR games. So with the Unreal Engine, you could do it for free, by the way, and it's so powerful. And I think it's a good skill set to have because you don't need programming or anything like that, but you can figure out the environment and then you can test it with your own VR. So I'm gonna start doing that.
You know what? I totally maybe I forgot that I told you, or maybe I just forgot to tell you completely. But my mom suggested that we write a video game together.
Dude, I have one in mind. I want to say on the show because I think it's really cool. Maybe I'll tell you about it.
Yeah,
I was gonna bring you into it because I need voices and stuff. So
yeah.
All right, let's talk off show. I'm gonna tell you about it. I already have all the storyboards and stuff, but we still need character development and way more ideas. But I have the rough draft for us. You're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love the idea.
Yeah. All right. Cool. This is exciting,
dude. That'll be fun to do together.
Yeah, it'd be great.
All right, nice. All right, so yeah, we'll talk off. I'll send you what the idea is. I mean, it'll take a while to do because we want it to be as intricate as possible. But
of course,
it's something that's not out there, and these things just take a while to do.
Still, though, yeah, I mean, obviously, be a long process, but worth it in the end, I think.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. All right, cool. So I'll send you that.
Awesome. All right, well, that is I Want to Know, Adam.
Thank you, TikTok.
And I am TikTok Topher. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts, essentially.
Yeah, we're all on every single platform. And the only social media we're on though is on X. I mean, we could go to other ones, but they'll just censor us. I know they will.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're at UAP the podcast on X, and then on all video platforms and all podcasting platforms. Just look for Uncovering Anomalies podcast, and we should show up. So, follow us on your favorite platform. Support us if you can. That'll be great. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you all so much for listening.